Gemini Spark is the most beginner-friendly AI agent out there, so if you've heard of Claude Cowork, Codex, or OpenClaw, but found those too intimidating, you are in the right place.
The setup step is so easy, it's honestly rude, and it's still the most important thing he does.
Does the work. Now, when Spark becomes available for you, there are two things you need to do. First, head on into Gemini settings, personal intelligence, and turn on memory. This lets Spark remember your preferences and learn how you work. And while we're here, go into connected apps and make sure the toggles for Google Workspace and search services are enabled.
He flips one switch called memory, and the robot starts learning his habits like a nosy roommate. Then he connects his apps and builds a folder named Spark OS. I kept waiting for the hard part with the code and the crying. The hard part never showed up.
And by the way, you'll only see the personal intelligence option in your personal Google account. If you're using the enterprise version, you'll only see the connected apps tab. Click into it and just make sure the Google Workspace toggle is enabled, which gives Spark direct access to our Gmail, Google Calendar, and Google Drive. Second, head on into Google Drive and create a folder called Spark OS in the root of your My Drive.
And the moment that little folder existed, the next thing he pulled off made my jaw hit the floor.
Okay, example related to football. I tell Spark to create a spreadsheet of every match in this year's World Cup with the date and both teams. Then pull the transcript from my recent meeting with Elon Husky and Satya Nadella and add their predicted winners to the spreadsheet. Here's why this example is a great illustration of Spark's first capability.
It made a spreadsheet, searched the web for a full schedule, then dug through his calendar for meeting notes. Then it glued all of it together into one neat sheet. He didn't open a single app. I opened 6 apps just to find one email.
Create a spreadsheet tells it to make a Google Sheet in my Google Drive. This year's World Cup means it has to search the web to find the full schedule. And pull the transcript from my recent meeting means it has to search my calendar and grab the meeting transcript. Then it stitches all of that into one spreadsheet without me opening a single app.
But building a sheet is child's play compared to the trick he teaches next.
And very messy updates. And I just say, I just received this week's updates from the sales teams. Turn them into a leadership brief that follows the weekly report template from the Spark templates folder.
He gave it his report format one time. Then he dumped in the ugliest sales updates you have ever seen. Out came a clean, tidy brief like magic laundry. And the best part, it makes the exact same clean thing every single time.
And we're just gonna send this off. And after a few minutes, you can see that Spark has pulled all the raw updates from the intake document and distilled the key details into a clean leadership brief. The bigger takeaway here is to find the work you do over and over, build a template for it once, and just point Spark at the template and it produces a consistent deliverable.
Then he found a way to make the robot do this forever without asking, and I sat up straight.
That shows up under the skills tab on the left. And so the next time the sales team updates the intake document, I can just open up a new chat, type / and pick the skill to generate a new report that follows the same structure without me having to explain all the steps. As you can see, a skill is basically a fixed set of instructions.
He saved the whole report job as a thing called a skill. Now he types a /, picks it, and boom, done. He compares it to a waffle iron, and honestly, it clicked instantly. Whatever batter you pour in, you get the same waffle out. And yes, chocolate is superior.
That turns the same kind of input into the same kind of output, where only the content changes.
Before we continue, quick heads up. If you're watching this and thinking, I like the idea, but I want to see how this actually works in practice, I've linked a free training below. It breaks down the exact system and workflow we use, shows how it's already structured, and explains how people use it without having to figure everything out from scratch. If that sounds useful, the link's in the description. You can check it out anytime. Now back to the video.
Think of a waffle iron. Whatever batter you pour in, normal or chocolate, you get the same waffle out. I mean, chocolate is obviously better, but you get my point. Your input is the batter, the skill is the iron, and the output is the waffle.
But even a magic button still needs a finger to press it, so watch what he does about that.
seconds. Link down below. Next, capability number 4, automating your routines with scheduled tasks. In a nutshell, a skill still requires you to explicitly run it, while a scheduled task runs on its own, either at a set time, a time-based trigger, or when something happens.
He set the task to run every Monday at 9:30 in the morning. He doesn't press anything. He doesn't even have to remember. It just wakes up and works like the world's most reliable coworker who never calls in sick.
An event-based trigger. Going back to our weekly report workflow, since the sales team always updates the intake document by Friday afternoon every week, it makes sense to create a scheduled task around this. So I tell Spark, create a scheduled task that runs the weekly report skill every Monday at 9:30 a.m.
And then he drops the one fact that makes this way bigger than it already sounds.
Here's. First, I'm going to oversimplify a bit, but Gemini Spark is definitely the most beginner-friendly option since it's already embedded in the tools you already use, like Gmail, Google Calendar, and Google Drive. So it requires the least amount of setup. Furthermore, and this is a massive advantage,
this robot lives in the cloud, not on his computer, so it keeps working even when the laptop is shut and dark. Its fancier cousins need the machine wide awake to do anything. This one just works while you take a nap, guilt-free.
Unlike all the other systems, Gemini Spark runs completely on the cloud, meaning these scheduled tasks, well, I guess all tasks in Gemini Spark, can fire when my laptop is off, which is not possible in Claude Cowork.
But there's still one last trick that turns this helper into something that finally listens to you.
A system. Start a new chat and say, create a Google Doc called spark.md in my Spark OS folder to store all my Spark workspace rules. Add 2 rules for now. A communication rule to always lead with the bottom line up front, followed by supporting details, and a file rule to save every file you generate to my 99 temp folder by default.
He makes a simple little file full of his own rules. Stuff like always give me the short answer first and always save my files right here. Then he points the robot at it and suddenly it behaves exactly how he wants. No more guessing, no more mystery box.
And a minute later, the doc shows up in my Spark OS folder with those 2 rules written in. Now watch what I can do. I tell Spark, compare Google's AI strategy against Microsoft's and read spark.md before responding. And after a minute or so, the answer comes back bottom line up first because Spark followed the rules from the.
And that's the whole secret. You don't just use the robot, you teach it to work like you, and once you see it click, you can't unsee it. Whether you like this video or not, really hit the like button. You know why? Because I gave you the exact training for free that our paid members get. This video is going to be in the members area for the paid members, and you got it for free. So yes, don't you think I deserve a like? Go ahead, like it, share with your friends and family, subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. Make sure you switch on the notification bell button, and of course, ask your friends and family to subscribe and switch on the notification bell button. It's very important for us because we have a goal of getting 10,000 subscribers in next 3 months. And the only way we can do that is when you hit the subscribe button. Go ahead, do it. And for more money techniques, watch these videos and we will see you on the next one.